Hi guys, I'm
Hi.
very pleased to meet you, and thank you for being here.
Pleasure.
Yeah, it is. Wow, that's nice to hear. I was a really big fan of yours when I was little, so I'm very, very nervous to meet you guys. But tell me, you're working on a new album. It's already finished, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Elegantly Wasted.
That's right.
And I heard it already, although it's not in the shops yet, but I heard it already. And it was really like INXS. Also from the beginning, it looks a little bit like it. Why is it? Why don't you change a thing like 70 years? Why do you keep going on like INXS music kind of?
Well, I don't know. It is very much like what we've been doing. In some ways, what we're known for, but it's still fresh, I think. And there's also tracks on it as the album goes along that we start to get into all kinds of sort of more trippy stuff, and you know.
Yeah, there's a song called "Thrown Together" with just electric sitar in it, which is something we haven't tried before. But you know, I think that the thing is we've always done what we do, and we figure we do it best. And
why change something when it's good?
Yeah, exactly.
Just trying to be original.
Yeah.
You know?
But isn't it hard, because I already told you you guys are now like 70 years on the road, or 7 years in excess, and you know each other, all six, because now I have just two, but you're with six of. Isn't it hard to work with friends like such a long time?
The other
never
four blokes,
fight or anything?
The other guys, we're great.
Yeah. Mike and I, no worries, but the other four blokes.
No, it's okay. In fact, INXS came along after we were friends. You know, we've known each other since we were like 13 or 14. So you know what I mean. It's a weird thing. I know people sort of, it's hard to understand, but we just like playing in a band together. You know.
Actually, I think it kind of makes it easier, really.
Yeah.
You know, making this record was incredibly painless and a whole lot of fun. And
we love this record. We're really happy with it.
We're our biggest fans.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Well, that's great.
No, you know, it's great. I mean, whenever we get together, we get into a room, we start doing recording and stuff. We really like to find out if it's worth continuing, for sure, you know. But if the songs come together and it feels and it feels good, so we continue.
But isn't it hard, especially for you, because your two brothers are in the band also?
Yeah.
Isn't that hard to compete with them, or?
No, it's not really. It's not about competing, really, because everyone has I guess if you like, a different role to play, and
you guys are so different.
You know, we're really different.
Really different
brothers.
from each other.
You know,
it's not like three guys exactly the same competing with each other. It's not like that.
No.
In fact, we're more similar than
than
your other brothers.
You're more like brothers than the other brothers.
And we've all grown up together anyway, so in a sense, you know, there's a very fine line between where to get into the brotherhood bit, you know. But you know, it's like, I mean, the thing is, I'm the oldest brother, so if they get out of line, I sort them out.
You're the boss. Come on. Okay, we're gonna watch a video because, well, it's a program about videos, and it's one from Michael Jackson. Do you have any opinion about Michael Jackson? Do you have an opinion about Michael Jackson? I have to say, nothing.
No,
he's incredibly talented.
Very talented, great dancer.
Hell of a dancer.
Hell of a dancer.
Good cook.
From what I hear, he's a good, and he likes animals.
He does.
So if he's got a lot going for him, right on, Mikey.
Okay, well, we're gonna watch it. Michael Jackson, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. Queen with Radio Gaga. What do you think about Queen now, when, of course, everybody knows that Freddie Mercury's already died like now 5 years?
Yeah.
Do you think Queen can continue working on like Queen without him?
I don't think they are they?
I don't know.
Well, a little bit. Yeah.
Maybe.
So,
I'd like to think they could.
Freddie.
Yeah, that's right.
What do you do without Freddie?
Yeah, he was the main.
Good reason not to continue. But I think I don't know. We toured with Queen a long time ago. It was European tour.
Yeah, Europe. We did, yeah.
And they were really wonderful to us, and Freddie was fantastic and hilarious.
They befriended us in a big way.
Yeah.
They'd take us out to dinner after the shows, and
they were very, very cool.
That was the first time we played Wembley Stadium. Actually, it was before.
It must
them.
be huge.
Yeah, it was. I did 2 shows there with them, and I remember dodging loaves of bread and tomatoes, and because everyone wanted Brian May, not me, and Freddie, not Mike. But then we came back and we showed him.
Yeah,
but you know, I don't know. You know, the whole. I think that's up to the guys in the band if they feel they can, you know, do Queen justice by still staying together, then go for it.
That's what Freddie wants.
If that's what, yeah. I mean, who knows what Freddie would want anyway.
But what would be a really what would be a reason to stop with INXS? If you have no more inspiration or
yeah, I mean, no. Even if you were inspired, you might just want to stop. You know, shake hands and say thanks, bye.
But this is not the time.
Not at the moment, no. I mean, in fact, more likely, not at the moment. I mean, you know, because I think the album's good and I think it stands up. So if it wasn't, then we wouldn't have put it out. We would have just stopped, you know.
But it's very nice because a lot of young kids, new generation is coming up, and they also, well, maybe they're a fan of INXS, so it's nice that you have a lot of generations are coming.
Yeah, that's right. I think we found that lately that our own peers like R.E.M. and
Depeche Mode
and all that, we're still together. We're sort of a weird generation. We began stuck between punk and disco.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's interesting to see what we keep on coming up with and what we're going to be doing. So I don't know. We're very strong people. All these kind of bands. We all want to kind of.
But with INXS, the last album was in like 1993.
Yeah, 93.
Yeah.
Full Moon
Dirty
Hat.
Yeah.
Don't you think it's strange that some people are turn on the television now and they see your new video clip? We're gonna show it later on also, and they say, "Wow, that's a great new band. We never heard of them before." That's strange. It must be strange.
Yes.
Well, it's kind of exciting, you know, at the same time, really, because
you still can give them a thrill.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I think we're still relevant.
I hope they do that.
Yeah, I hope.
It'd be great. You know what I mean? It's fantastic.
But you know, we were fortunate enough to start very young, so. You know, most bands that have been together 20 years are in their 50s, you know? And
you guys are still young.
Yeah, well, youngish.
Okay.
Young, you know.
Well, you feel young. That's important. Okay, we're gonna look for Wild Thing from Tone-Loc, and you just told me you really like this song.
Yeah, I do. I thought it was a good album. I used to have this Mustang in Australia.
Oh, really?
I used to drive around with Tone-Loc really, really loud with my stereo. Really obnoxious
really cool.
person. Yeah.
Great. Okay, well.
So it's the Wild Thing, Tone.
Great. We just saw Duran Duran, also a great band who has a lot of female fans. Isn't it hard? Yeah, they had.
Yeah.
Isn't it hard that always the girls are like focusing on Michael and forget a little bit about the rest of the band?
I've never noticed.
No.
I've never noticed, exactly.
I thought it was focused on me.
Oh, really? Wow. I'm sorry.
No.
Sorry you're out of your dream.
Now you have to find out the truth.
No, you know, I mean, you know, there's always one that likes me, you know.
Well, I like you, so.
I like you.
No, it's not really a problem at all. It's not something I really think about, to be honest. It's just not a thing, not an issue.
Me neither.
No, isn't it hard for you? Because it's with a lot of bands that the lead singer or even though it's a girl, they stand in the picture all the time and they do all the interviews and all the pictures and it must be really hard to get all the attention.
Yeah, I kind of love it, and then I'm stuck between hating it and loving it. On one side of me, I like the kind of traditional rock star, you know,
attention,
you know, all that, and I like to be good at it, you know, like really
it's a double-edged sword.
And at the same time, I don't like all that. I don't even like those people. You know what I mean?
You don't know them, so.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, no, not the people that, I mean, there's rock stars and stuff, and I kind of fight in between. It's like, that's why it's weird to be sort of a band that's stuck between disco and punk, you know, where we started.
Yeah, why is that? Because in Australia, you're from Australia, and a lot of bands over there play the original Australian music really hard. Wasn't it hard to come with like disco, soul, funky music in between the guitar?
Yeah, especially in the pubs.
Yeah, it was really hard. And
How
we had
did
a lot
they
of fights.
respond on that? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
we're good enough fight in INXS, aren't we?
Yeah, we just weren't AC/DC, you know.
Yeah, it was difficult to begin with, but actually the timing was right. After a while, people started to get it, and we started to put dance into the pubs, you know. So it was good, you know. People sort of thought, yeah, let's have a change, you know.
Something new is always right.
Yeah.
Do you know the group Silverchair?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you like that kind of music?
Yeah, I think they're great. Yeah, there's
good on them.
They're all very young. So.
They're
kids. Yeah.
They're from a town
they're the same
north of
age as
Sydney.
us when we started.
Yeah.
Yeah, the same age.
Yeah.
Which sound? You said something about.
They're from
Sorry,
they're from the town of Newcastle, which is just north of Sydney, and you know they're like your average surfy kid growing up in Newcastle, and you know, when you see them interviewed and that, their values are really just so pure. It's wonderful.
It's really Australian. It's like, well, if this doesn't work out, I can go and surf.
It's great. You know, I like it because it reminds me of us. You know, when we were kids. You know?
It really does.
It's nice.
It's great. It's always welcome. Something new, something good.
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay, we're gonna watch Suicide Blonde in a little while.
Okay.
Do you still like the music that you made before, or are you a band like, oh, I never had done this, or?
Sometimes. I mean, you know, it's really hard because you know, if you tried something now, you would probably do it differently. But that's because where you are now, you know. I don't know. It's with enough distance, it's kind of funny listening to things sometimes.
So what do you think about Suicide Blonde? It's still great.
Yeah, I still love that song.
It's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Written for you.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm honored. Well, introduce it then yourself.
Suicide Blonde from INXS.
We got our own thing from Heavy D and the boys. We're gonna watch in a little while your new video clip, Elegantly Wasted. Also the same title as your new album.
Yeah.
And that will come out in April, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
The album comes out in April.
That's correct.
Isn't it hard to make a video clip over and over again and make it exciting and new?
Yeah, we've made about 80 videos over the years.
So it must be really hard to...
Yeah, it is because you get all these treatments and you're like, what, you know. Some of them are, a lot of them are just terrible, but, you know, reading all this stuff. But we still like it. You know, it's really hard work. You know, because you gotta, you know, you the whole time you're just trying to make sure the stuff gets across, you know, you don't get lost in a video. But when they're good, they're great fun, you know, they turn out good.
And are you satisfied with this one?
Yeah. It's taken a lot of cutting, but now we're happy with it, yeah.
Okay,
it's made by the guy who did Prodigy's videos, Walter.
Well, they're great, really. I love those videos. Are they as spooky as Prodigy? Is it as spooky?
It's kind of spooky.
In some ways, I mean, in some ways, bits and pieces. It's a bit more fun, yeah.
Can you also tell me maybe before we see that video, because after this one we're not coming back.
Okay.
Are you coming to Holland this time? Because last year you were all over the place and not in Holland.
Yeah,
well, it's a shame.
Well, we did a little show at the Paradiso.
Yeah,
which blew the place up.
Blew the place up.
So you're not welcome anymore.
Yeah, they don't want us in town again.
But we will. Yeah, it's just we'll probably try and come here in summer.
Yeah, later in the year.
We're going to start the tour in South Africa, which is a place we haven't played. We seem to keep finding new places to go.
Yeah,
and it's unbelievable. And after all this time, there's still places in this world that we haven't played.
So we're going to, you know, we'll start up and then we'll get. I mean, we love playing in Amsterdam or in Holland. So we'll get back here for sure.
Promise. Yeah, because you've only been here for like now 1 day. So next time you come...
12 hours, actually.
Yeah, that's too short, you know? We have a lot of nice things here in Holland. So.
No kidding.
Sure do.
Yeah.
We noticed.
Every artist like it here, especially in Amsterdam. I don't know why, but it is.
That's the way it goes.
Okay, well, I want to thank you guys. It was really a pleasure to meet you. And you have to promise me, when you come back in Holland...
Yes.
You have to visit me in the bed, because I also have a show in the bed.
Oh, really?
So maybe you guys... want to go to bed with me next time.
Little arm twisting? No problem.
It could be arranged.
Talk me into it.
It could be done. We'll try.
Great. Well, thank you. We're going to watch Elegantly Wasted.
Thank you. Bye.
This is the Music Factory.